All right, guys. Know I'm sitting in the dark here, but I wanted to get on here and give my Sweet 16 for the NCAA tournament. I'm just going to go with Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final Four, and Championship for my predictions. I'm not going to go round by round because I don't do the green screen thing. And I'm not about to write down round by round on a piece of paper. So let's get into the first 4 or 5 here. We're going to go first up, Auburn. So Auburn, Michigan, Iowa State, Michigan State, and Florida. Next up, we got Memphis, Texas Tech, St. John's, and Duke. Next up, we're going with Arizona, BYU, and Alabama. Then we'll go with Houston, Clemson, Tennessee. And last up for the Sweet 16, we're going to go with the Kentucky Wildcats. Them are my Sweet 16 picks. I was going to do 3 separate videos, but let's try to do this all in one video. And next up will be my Elite 8. So we start off the Elite 8. We're going to start with Auburn, Michigan State, Florida, St. John's. And my last 4 in are going to be Duke, which is my college basketball team. Like I said, last 4 in, my team, the Duke Blue Devils, then Houston, BYU, and Tennessee. That's my Elite 8. So, I think it's pretty good Elite 8. Now let's get into the Final Four. We are going with Auburn to take on Florida, and Duke to take on Houston. So my Final Four are Auburn, Florida, Duke, Houston. Now I think Florida's. I think in the Florida-Auburn matchup, it's a good matchup. I think Florida squeaks it out in the end, and then I think another matchup, I'm going to go with Florida squeaking it out over Auburn, getting by. I think they win that by 5 or 6. So Florida National Championship, the team they will play will be my Duke Blue Devils. I think Duke has a good game against a very game Houston team, but I think Cooper Flagg just proves to be too much for Houston. And in his one and only probably year of college basketball, Cooper Flagg takes Duke to the national championship, and they get a close win over Houston, but Duke advances to the national title. So Duke and Florida in the national title, 2 super heavyweights, probably the 2 best teams all year, in my opinion. Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. I think in a very highly competitive matchup of 2 mega, I'll just say it, mega superpowers in college basketball this year, we got Duke and Florida. I think this is a good game in the national titles game. I think it goes back and forth, but I think towards the end of the game, Cooper Flagg just takes over and proves to be a little bit too much at the end, and Duke wins. I'm just going to say Duke wins by about 5. I'll say Duke wins by 6. Cooper Flagg and the Duke Blue Devils cut down the nets. Duke is this year's national championship, which will make me extremely happy because I'm a Duke fan. I'd pick Duke I usually pick Duke here regardless of how good they are, but that's my team. But Duke to cut down the nets. There you have it, guys. Enjoy the college basketball tournament, which starts tomorrow. It ought to be a good one. Looking forward to it. Hopefully Duke has a great run here. Hopefully they can get the win. Hopefully they can get the national title. They are one of the heavy favorites, so hopefully they'll get it done. If not, no big deal. It's just another year Duke doesn't win the national title, but looking forward to it. It's always a crazy time in the March Madness. That's why they call it March Madness. But going with my Dukies to cut down the nets, baby. Let's go, Duke.